Wednesday, 21 minutes to 6. I'm joined by the legend that is Isabel Oakeshott, who said the other day I could call her Izzy. Izzy, should we get busy and get to the phone lines? That was rubbish. Let's go to Northampton. Tracy, Isabel's here. I'm on as well. What you got for us?
Right, I think you're top man. Top man.
Thank you.
Isabel, I've got to agree with you. He is stupid. More than stupid. You could call him a lot more.
Is this me or Keir Starmer?
No, I thought it was me for a minute.
No, darling,
I think we're talking about the Prime Minister. I hope so, anyway.
Yeah, no, you are totally right in calling him stupid. It's more than stupid. I'd like to call him something else, but we're not allowed to online. But what I want to say is he is selling Britain, and we're letting him, because he's been made Prime Minister, and all he does is walking and leaving us behind. He's looking after everybody else's country, giving them money, doing what they want to do, and poor old Britain's left in the background to die. And that is what is going to happen if he stays in power. We are going to be left hanging out to dry.
I think what Isabel, I think what is
care about Britain.
No, and I worry about this because I think this is true. I think you used a great phrase earlier, Isabel. You said comical incompetence. I don't know whether he's thick, stupid, or so far up his own backside he thinks this is all right. But people like Tracy are the lifeblood of this country, and these people will never, ever, ever vote for this man, never. And he is signing his own death warrant. But as he does, he's dragging us down and he's humiliating us across, I think, across the world.
Oh, I would agree with that. And in fact, the words Tracy used there, you know, saying that leaving this country to die, I share that feeling. It genuinely feels as if Britain is dying. And that is an awful thing to say. It's an awful thing to think. None of us want to feel that way about our amazing country. But that is how I think a lot of people are feeling at this point. And I think the fear that a lot of us have is, can we be revived? You know, can our country be revived when this awful Prime Minister is finally kicked out, or will it be too late? I think it can be revived. We will be able to turn it around. But my goodness, he's making an absolute Horlicks of it.
He is. Tracy, Northampton. Thank you. Let's go to the East Midlands. Noel, you're on Talk Drive. Myself and Isabel, what you got?
Hey, I don't know where to start. Jeremy. Hello, Isabel. Obviously, by my accent, you know I'm Irish. This has probably been... I've lived in this country for 10 years, and this has been single-handedly the worst day of my life.
Oh.
To hear that this absolute idiot is going to give that animal Adams money. And I have to be very careful here because I am an immigrant. Now, it is a bit different with the Irish, and an awful lot of Irish people, most of us by and large, are very good people, you know.
I love the Irish.
There's a minority, a very, very low minority of animals who created a storm for all of us. I love this country. This country has been very good to me. I was in a coma for 37 days and the NHS saved my life. I have a very different opinion about a lot of things. But to give the likes of that animal... But then again, what can you really expect from a man who learned everything from Jeremy Corbyn, who actually stood beside Sinn Féin as well, stood beside IRA men, you know? And Mary Mao MacDonald, she's not Mary Lou, it's Mary Mao she's known as in Ireland, because they want a Republican socialism. They're not. They don't represent the Irish people in any way.
Isabel, your response to Noel, I totally get his frustration and his anger.
It's just very powerful to hear the reaction of those who suffered at the hands of the IRA and people they know who suffered at the hands to this outrage. And as I understand it, you know, what you explained earlier, Jeremy, that the government has now flip-flopped on this.
Of course they have.
Keir Starmer said, actually, after all, he won't be paying any money to Jerry Adams. No one will.
Only because not because he had the intelligence to understand the frustrations of people like Noel, but because he realises a public outcry again.
Damage is done. People now know that was contemplated or that might have happened. And yet again, it's yet another story of absolute moronic leadership.
Completely. No, we really appreciate your call. I want to get this last call into this segment. Lee's in Birmingham. Lee, what's your story? Isabel's with me. Lee?
Good evening, Jeremy and Isabel.
Good man. Shoot. Come on, crack on.
Right, I served in the army for 14 years. I did 11 operational tours, 3 wars, and I served in Northern Ireland 7 times. After 14 years, I had an accident, and the MOD threw me out, calling me an illegal entrant. I get nothing. I survive on benefits because I've had 2 strokes, and the leg I injured in the army, I might lose.
That's awful.
I can't bear the way we treat our veterans, Isabel. I can't bear it.
We are awful at it, and you need to look to America to see how this can be done better. I'm not saying they're perfect, but their veterans enjoy so much respect compared to what we do. They're routinely, every day they are told thank you for your service. We don't do that.
I think, and thank you for your call, Lee. Isabel, I think the thing, and it's a really interesting one to take, because I don't understand Starmer, and I don't understand much of what's going on, but I'll tell you what, I don't care what the political persuasion is and what people think about what I'm going to say. I keep saying it every day. If you talk about veterans, if you treat veterans like that, if you treat pensioners like that, if you treat farmers like that, 3 groups that, for me, are the absolute lifeblood of what the United Kingdom has always been about. If you don't think that these people are going to listen and join forces and be outraged, you're an idiot. We have become a society that is so interested in ticking boxes and looking good globally that will allow people to come, take advantage, get free doctor's appointments, have money, whilst so many of our own are struggling. And that is the death knell for any government. And I hate that. I hate that a veteran struggles and lives off nothing, and yet a migrant tonight's in a 4-star hotel with chicken probably and chips in a basket, and my mate there who's served 14 years, people, trying to make sure you're safe, is struggling. That's not right, Isabel Oakeshott, not at all.
No, it is genuinely sickening, and I've talked about this before. We've seen it, for example, on any city centre street where you've got homeless people, British people, some of them are veterans. They are struggling. They can't get a roof over their head. They're not being looked after. And down the road, you've got a bunch of ne'er-do-wells in a migrant hotel. Sorry, it's just wrong, isn't it?
I love having you on. We should do a show together. Isabel Oakeshott, you're an amazing woman. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. What is